Hi there, Mike Fondi.
Geoff Zahler. We switch rooms on everybody, and people can watch the cars behind us or something. So, just wanted to do a quick market update this week and touch base. I don't think we did one last week. It was spring break.
We took last week off for spring break.
Yeah. So, Mike, you've got some hot off the press stats for Q1.
You know, you and I have been talking, and this market is crazy right now, and we thought it might be timely just do a quick market update and talk a little bit about how strong a seller's market this has turned in out there.
Sounds like we're a broken record, but we're not seeing any changes.
It's true, and this is important for our business, and therefore it's important for the buyers we're working with and the sellers as well. We're lucky we get numbers from various sources for month to month, quarterly, and so on. And I saw actually the March numbers, and in March there were 3,800 transactions done.
Wow.
Or actually 3,800 resale transactions. So double that for the actual number of transactions. But inventory, crazy. It's been about 2.5 months of inventory. Now we're down to less than a month of inventory for anything that's under $250,000.
Now, when we talk inventory, do you want me to kind of explain what inventory means?
Explain what that is.
So the way we run our information is basically we like to look at what the levels of inventory is, and what that means is if starting right now or whenever you stop putting new homes on the market, how long would it take to sell everything that's currently on the market?
Gotcha.
So when you hear numbers like 1 month, that means, okay, no new listings starting today in Las Vegas. It would only take 1 month to sell every home on the market.
Gotcha.
That's crazy. So 6 months is technically considered kind of a neutral market. Right. Anything less than 6 months is considered a seller's market. Anything longer than 6 months is considered a buyer's market.
Without a doubt, we were in a seller's market. If there was any doubt prior to today, we're in it, right?
We're in it, and our buyers know that, right? I mean, our buyers, and I know you've been talking to your buyers, and I'm talking to my buyers. It doesn't mean it's not a good time to buy. Interest rates actually went down in the last couple of weeks again, too. So it just means there's more competition. So,
okay, well, with a thought in mind that these homes are going as quick as they are, I know when I'm working with buyers trying to figure out what to offer on a home, we have a process we go through.
Right.
And I think most people go in thinking, okay, I want to get a deal on this home. So they usually look at the list price and say, what was their pricing strategy? At least we help them do that. Were they priced at market or above market? Are they expecting to negotiate here? Are they expecting to get an offer at list and agree to the offer? So that's part of the process we go through. But what I'm seeing with my offers is we're not getting any kind of response. We're not getting a counter offer. They're just kind of, we send them out and never hear from them again.
Now, is that because you're writing low ball offers?
Well, most of them are very close to list price.
Yeah.
So you and I had a discussion the other day, and I thought you had some very good suggestions or at least a perspective as to how a buyer needs to approach their offers in this market, and us as their help. Maybe you could share kind of some of what your thoughts were there.
Yeah, look, again, so what we're seeing is plenty of buyers for every home, especially if the home's priced right, or if it's got some upgrades, or it's in moving condition. So what I've been telling my clients lately is look, a normal situation would be you'd have kind of a situation where you'd offer and you'd probably get a counter offer and go back and forth if you're within reason. The problem, what we're seeing now, is because of the amount of offers that some of these sellers are getting, they're not going through that whole process of, okay, let's do counter offers to these 3 or these 4 homes or buyers. They're saying, I've got 10 offers on the house, so let's basically pick one that was the highest or that looks the best and just go with that one. So what I've been telling our clients is basically, look, in a normal situation, yeah, we would expect a counter offer situation. Sure. But you've got to basically come to the table as if this is going to be your one and only shot. So don't go higher than what you want, but if you want to offer X and that was the number that you would be okay settling on, let's not go X minus 10,000 or X minus 10% or something. We got to be at X or maybe X minus $2,000 or $3,000, and you have to be prepared to not get a response. And that's, I think, the hard part, and that's where we're talking about the change,
Sure.
because normally you would get a response and then you can say yay or nay. But how many times in this last week have you heard clients like, oh man, I would have come up on my offer and we didn't even get the opportunity to do so.
Right. And I've actually called listing agents that we've sent offers over to ask them, are you going to send us a response?
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard them say no.
Which, and again, we could talk about the ethics part of that, because technically you should have response. But again,
Yes.
it's the thought process. If we are getting inundated with offers, we're basically going to throw a dart at the board, go with one, and hope it's the right offer.
All right, so I'm going to throw one at you here because I know you like to think on your feet. So what about maybe the approach if you're a buyer that's coming in with financing versus cash?
Mm-hmm.
Should you approach the offer differently if you're putting a loan on a property versus if you're paying cash?
Look, not all of us have that luxury, right? So I would say 90% of our clients are writing offers that are using financing. There are those, though, maybe a condo or something like that.
Especially on the lower priced properties, it seems like that we're always. Well, I'll give you an example. There was a listing that came out on Sunday. First day it came out, I had clients that said, hey, Mike, I want to offer on this property.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't even seen it. So they did. And I followed up on it yesterday morning. That agent got 10 offers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were cash.
Mm-hmm.
So even if maybe a lot of the clients or most of the clients we're working with are putting financing on, they're competing against the cash offer out there.
Look, we've all heard the term cash is king. I would say now more than ever, well, maybe not more than ever. When we had the financial crisis, cash was definitely king.
Sure.
But now more than ever, cash really is important, because especially if you can go one way or the other. Let's just say apples to apples. You were to offer $80,000 on a condo, and you have the ability to pay cash versus putting 30% down, right? I would say, and this is a good time to do it, you may want to consider going the cash route, getting the offer accepted, completing the sale, and if you at that point want to put financing on the property, you can do so. It's already yours.
Gotcha.
And that way your offer just looks that much stronger.
Gotcha.
Again, cash is king. You never know what's going to happen. Again, most of our clients are not in that position.
True.
But when you are, it does make your offer look a little bit stronger. Now, what we can do, the other thing that does is, and this is what we've talked about a lot, when you have cash, you're not going to worry about it. The seller will not worry about an appraisal situation. And we have seen a lot of appraisal issues lately. So what we're seeing, and what I'm telling our clients and telling everybody is the market is continuing to do this. We have more buyers than sellers. We have multiple buyers for every property, right? So those in the industry, those that are looking to buy, and those that are looking to sell and having agents tell them how hot the market is, are pricing homes on the come, right? They're pricing the property because the market's doing this.
Absolutely.
The problem when we have a finance position is any loan needs to have an appraisal on it. Now, an appraiser, licensed, they do everything. They have to pull their data based on what has sold. So
it's that hindsight is 2020. Yeah. They're looking at what happened yesterday, not what's happening today.
Right. They can't look at what's happening tomorrow. Now they can take it into account, but if you have a home that has had 5 model matches that have sold for $240 that are exactly like yours, but they sold a month ago or a month and a half ago, and you were listed for $255 or $260 identical, and you have 15 buyers waiting for it, that's great. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to the appraiser is going to look at what has sold, and there very well could be a discrepancy. So that's the disconnect, if you will, between what the market is about to do and what we're seeing it do versus what has happened in the past couple months. Now, there always is a breakthrough, right? There has to always be a high watermark sale in order for the market to move.
Sure.
But it's, we're in a business where we're on speedboats, right? We're moving around really quickly. Appraisers have to use old data, and they have to watch the slow trend change. It's more like trying to parallel park a cruise ship, right? It's going to take a little bit longer. It just, the momentum on that takes a little bit longer to get going.
Gotcha.
So
good. All right.
So again, the inventory levels I'm just looking at. By the way, thank you, Jamie, for the stats. Very, very rarely do you see a 0 point anything, and literally we've got price point breakdowns. It's
everything under 250.
Everything under
It's
250.
less than a month.
So, and what? By the way, what's our median home price?
It's about 235, right in there.
Yeah. So we're competitive people. So when we're ready, if you're ready to buy, let's go to war, right? We're getting people into contract every day. It's just we have to position ourselves the right way because, like I said, your offer may be one of a stack of 10. How do we separate your offer from the rest of them and make your offer look better?
And aside from just the numbers themselves, having us on their team helps because we're willing to make the calls and ask the questions that maybe some agents don't. So
the worst that can happen is somebody says no, right? And
Exactly.
we ask for as much information as we can before we get a contract written because that will really help. So if you have any questions,
you can call Mike at 702-606-4660.
I'm 702-758-4699. Missed you guys last week and look for some more information from us here on out. Take care and have a good week.
Thank you.